But I think, I don't know, gentlemen, I see it maybe as a wise move to go ahead and offer employment to his second good candidate.
Well, I've already said I thought it was. As long as Cody knows where I stand as far as budget.
Yeah.
I'll monitor the budget. I mean, the personnel line item may, but the overall budget
Right.
can handle it, I guess, what I'm trying to say. So.
Well, and as you well know, we're facing crisis that
Exactly.
can't even determine yet how bad it's going to
And
be.
that's why, and like I said, I hopefully you get a sense of the importance where I'm willing to say, hey, we don't really need this right now.
Right.
But I do think I need butts in the seat because it's a pain when you go short for 8 months. That's, you're spreading 40 hours of work apiece over 4 people.
Costly and overtime.
Yeah.
Well, I think
You don't have many people driving now.
I think that the community and needs to know we're going to be super supportive and we're going to be overly protective of our emergency services.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's obvious there's going to be shortfalls.
Yes.
But
And I understand.
those entities, we are going to protect the best way we can. And so, yeah, I think they'd be a prudent choice.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. I
Cody,
appreciate it.
I'm not expecting you to do anything. And I'm just saying this, maybe the young gentleman will hear it. We've got a young man, and I don't have any idea who he is making a mess of the fairgrounds. He is going down there pretty regular and throwing gravel over in the ballpark, and he's just turning kiddies everywhere down there. And it's about, the reason I know is I exercise my dog down through there.
Mm-hmm.
And about once a week, there's new tracks. And I mean, he's having fun. But I don't have any, I know you can't go down there and monitor.
We can't,
But
we're
if
doing
we
a lot
could-
more stationary sit there.
All that's gonna happen, he's gonna lose control and end up in a building.
Yep.
And I'd like to see it, I wish he could be stopped.
Yeah, and it's just one of those constant things.
I know.
As every kid learns to drive, they learn that's a good place to spend. Every generation, they just keep coming back.
But he's been having fun, I know that.
Well, they set up their own little barrel racing track out
Yeah,
there.
it's a constant thing.
But I'm just saying that maybe he'll get wind and maybe he'll
Yeah.
slow down, but he's having a good time right now.
Okay.
It's not my son, is it?
It could be, I don't know. I've never, you'd think as often as I'm down there running, that I might see a vehicle, but
Maybe it's at night.
all I'm sure is at night.
I haven't been down there for a long time.
Thank you, Cody.
And he learned how to do them down there.
You guys have a good rest of the meeting.
We gotta get Brian Strother. He's been waiting since 9:45.
Oh, geez, sorry.
This is Angie. Can I help you?
I've got the wrong number, sorry.
Oh, actually, are you trying to get Brian?
Yes.
Okay, he actually is on his cell phone now. He drove back into town. Did he make the meeting?
No, we were late. We're just trying to get in contact with him now.
Oh, perfect. So if you want to call his cell phone, it's 970-290-4956.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
This is Brian.
Hi, Brian. It's Scott from Cheyenne County.
Oh, hi, Scott.
Sorry, we're running late today.
Oh, that's okay with me.
Okay, we're ready for you now if you're ready.
Oh, well, great. Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Brian.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on the call today. I wish I was able to be there in front of you guys today, but under the unusual circumstances, I guess we'll do it via conference call. So
That'll work fine for us, Brian.
you bet. Everything's real straightforward, just like we've kind of done in the past as far as going through the quarterly review. So what I thought I would do is just, if you guys wouldn't mind skipping to page 2. So page 1 would be the cover page. Page 2 would kind of show the the numbers. It should be, if it was printed in color, have like a yellow border to it. Do you guys see that?
I think we're on the right page. We're in black and white, but I think I understand.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, there's 2 numbers I always love to show you guys on this page. If you look at column number 2, that's kind of our actual numbers of kind of how we've been progressing up to this point. So right now we're about 5.42% above what we quoted. So I kind of looked at some numbers from last year, and at one point during the quarterly review that I did last year, we were 14% above what we quoted. And a lot of that, those quote numbers have to do with claims. We had some claims in the month of January and in March. So that contributed to being a little bit above. But we're still real close, 5.42%. If you look at the next column over, that's if we back in the reserves. That's obviously your guys' money. If we back in the reserves, we're 56.25% under budget. So we're definitely just trekking right along. Hopefully we don't have any, more substantial claims throughout the rest of the year, and those numbers will continue to be good. So any questions on that page?
No, you're right. That looks pretty straightforward.
Yep, pretty straightforward. If you guys go ahead and flip over to the next page, it should be the monthly claims analysis. It just kind of breaks down. This is just month by month. It breaks down the various fees, medical claims paid. There is, if you guys go all the way out to the last column, that's a number that we always like to kind of keep track of. That's your reserve bank balance. And you can see, our numbers went, up and down based on claims. Once again, I kind of did a quick little scan of kind of where we were last year. And the numbers are all pretty much right in there. You can see January of this year, 83, February 105, March 90. If we go back to last year, it was 96, 106, 120, 100, 96, 83. That was 6 months of last year. We're right in that range, just kind of like we were tracking for last year. So nothing alarming in that sense. So if you guys were to go to the next page, that's it says Freedom Claims Management Incorporated Aggregate Stop Loss Report. That is where you guys are with dental. That's your dental plan. There's 2 numbers I'd like to kind of point out on this one. Bunch of other numbers, obviously, in there you guys can peruse through. But in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see the stop loss factors. It'll say single at $15.99. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
You guys see that? I don't know. I just don't. Tell me if I'm going too fast.
It's going fine with me.
No, you're good. You're good, Brian.
Okay, great. So $15.99, and in the family it was $59.79 or $71. I'm sorry. So that's kind of what we quoted. And then if you go down to the lower left-hand side, it'll say claims paid to date. They'll say single 14.88 and family 55.58. Do you guys see that down in the lower left-hand section?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's what you're actually at. So we quoted $15.99. We're coming in at $14.88. Okay, so we're doing great on dental. That's the numbers I like to show you guys with regards to that.
Okay.
If you go ahead and flip to the next page, it'll say top benefits by group. And this is just for your benefit. Some people like to know where the claims are coming from, different, whether it's, medical, chiropractic, et cetera. Those are all listed there, so you guys can kind of have a good idea of where all these claims are coming from. But then we talk about the next page over is top providers by group. And that very top one, ServU, that's your guys' pharmaceuticals. So, but it's another just nice list to show where the claims are coming from. You guys have seen this probably multiple times, I'm sure.
Yes.
If we just kind of keep perusing through, once again, please stop me if you guys have any questions. A lot of just documentation in here. When you get to the page where it says ServU Management Review, do you see that right there?
Yes.
Okay. What I want you guys to do is just flip the page, okay, and you're going to see 3 pie charts down at the bottom of the next page, okay?
Okay.
You guys see the pie charts there?
Yes, sir.
So really what we're looking for on this chart is obviously there's lots of numbers kind of behind the pie charts, but the one that we're looking for is that first one that talks about generic distribution. The county is doing fantastic on using generic drugs versus name brand drugs, and that is evident in that pie chart right there. So that's something we always want to have more green than purple in that situation. So the county is doing fantastic on prescriptions as well.
Okay.
So as far as utilization goes, of course. So basically, the medical is tracking right along. Dental, we're a little bit lower than projected. Not too much, but we're right in there for sure. And then as far as utilization for pharmaceuticals, that initial pie chart right there kind of, says it all right there. So we're doing great. Lots of other numbers if you're interested in looking at, various pharmaceutical numbers are all kind of in there for your guys' benefit. And then some of the last pages, we show just what your benefits are. We just include that in every quarterly review just in case you want to know what deductibles are and out-of-network costs and so forth. So it's real straightforward quarterly review this year. Everything is tracking right along. So how's everything going on your end? I always like to kind of keep touch with you guys.
I think Scott's best prepared to answer that. Are we doing all right, Scott?
Yeah, I think we're doing okay. To begin with, Blue Cross was a little slow on getting cards out, but
Yeah.
that's been about the worst of it. I don't know. I haven't heard anything else.
I haven't had any employees bring up any concerns to me.
Okay, good. That's really good to hear. Of course, you guys know we're always there for you, so anything we could do to help you out. I know this is really a taxing time, and I just mentioned to Scott here not too long ago, if there's anything we could do to help you out, particularly during this tough time, let us know for sure. Julie and her group are, absolutely fantastic. So if there's anything we could do, by all means, let us know.
Well, we appreciate that, Brian. And, with all the uncertainties ahead of us, we'll just carry on the best we can.
Yeah, hang in there for sure. Be safe. So Scott had mentioned yesterday, you guys got your first case in the county, I guess, or in St. Francis. I'm not sure, but
I believe we're up to 2, and
up to 2.
Yeah.
Well, where I live here in Colorado, we've been in lockdown now for. It seems like I'm on house arrest with my ankle bracelet on.
We're familiar with that. Yes.
You guys are as well. I'm going stir crazy. I tell you, I was excited for this quarterly review just so I could talk to somebody. So it was great.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you in person next time. So.
Well, you bet. I look forward to that too, no doubt. I know you guys are short on time and so forth. I don't want to take up any more of your time. If there's no questions, we're good with the review, and you can always call me later if you do have questions.
I think we're great here, Brian, so we appreciate you calling and your
fantastic.
time.
Well, great. You guys have a great day,
All right, thank you.
and thanks for your business, too.
Good morning, Eddie. I'm sorry we're running behind.
Not a problem at all. I understand the uncertainty of times. Everything leaks in from all directions. Thanks for getting this paid to Travis, because there was a delay in him getting it done, and so we wanted to do the material.
Yeah, right.
He plans on starting on that this
Soon.
next week.
Okay,
And talk to Dana Rice, and she's going to contact you, and you can determine what numbers you want from her. Because we usually go through about 3 dozen pages of stuff. The meeting yesterday was 41 pages, and so you probably don't want 41 pages, but anyway, you can sort that out with her.
Okay.
And so looking forward, like I say, it's uncertain. We don't know where we're headed. Right now, we've got a dilemma up there as we're short. We have 3 empty spaces in long-term care because people aren't wanting to move their family members in because they can't come visit them.
right, yet.
Everybody's in their room, they're eating in their room, and so you understand the family's thinking. And so we don't know where that's headed. But that's a direct hit on our cash flow.
Sure.
That happens right now, not.
Well, I guess
not
the
2 or
question
3
is,
months.
after the restrictions are lifted, you have people waiting
Yeah.
to get in, so it's not going to be a problem to fill those apartments after,
Well, I don't think so.
okay.
So-
Well, we just
so I
carry
think
on the
it'll
best we
happen.
can.
And so there's been some federal money been deposited in our account here at First National Bank. 10 days ago, there was $24,120, and it's something through the Medicare, Medicaid thing, based on last year's numbers, and that was unsolicited. And then a couple days ago, there was 19,500 and something, I don't know the exact number there, that was deposited. And then, as a proactive approach, John Grace applied for money and received a grant. And it's for 75% of that can be used for salaries, 25% for other things, utilities and things like that. And the amount on that was $324,150.
Wow.
And
Outstanding.
as long as it's documented that it went for their designated things, why it's, and that sounds like a tremendous amount of money, but that's basic, and it has to be spent in 8 weeks. And, because they want it going, they want to keep the payroll going. They don't want you letting people off, and, so yeah, of course, there's stipulations in there. You can't dock their pay very much. You gotta maintain your current staff. So I wanted you to be aware of that because that's a big number.
Yeah.
But,
Well, that's that SBA PPP.
yeah, it's a PPA part of it, yes.
So it's a small business loan.
Yeah.
If you use it correctly, it's a grant.
Right,
If you
but
abuse
it
it,
was-
it's a loan.
But it's a loan that turns into a grant, right?
Yeah. If
Upon
everything-
proof of
It's one we
compliance,
shouldn't
it
have
converts
to
to a
take.
grant.
Yeah.
If you do things correctly.
So we made it very plain at the meeting yesterday, you get to document it. And yes. So, that's where we're at, and I'm glad that John did that. He just automatically applied. I think they run 9 facilities now. And he got the button punched in time on all of them but one. I mean, time was of essence. Because when they heard the milk go in the trough, they were there.
Well,
So-
good. I'm glad he had the foresight to do that.
Well, we are too, because we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Because we don't, we don't know if in 60 days,
Yeah.
people feel comfortable moving in, we just don't know. So anyway, I think that's gonna help us, and, I'm glad that Cody's rethinking his vehicle, and, we will rethink what we're doing up there too.
We're all gonna have to. I mean,
And it just,
yeah. It's gonna be tough because there's no crystal ball. I mean,
no.
just don't have a clue.
So that's all I've got, so thank you for your time, everybody.
All right. Thanks, Eddie. Keep
Sure.
carrying forward.
All right.
Good morning, Ryan and Jill.
Morning. So first off, I just kind of wanted to go over the monthly numbers from March. We had 29 runs total. 10 of those were non-transports, so we didn't bill for those. Those are calls that, we get called
Support.
to there, and then the person decides they don't want to go to the hospital, or it's a standby or whatever. So in April, we are seeing our numbers down, just so you guys are aware.
Not surprising.
Yeah, I think with COVID and everything else, people are a little reluctant to go to the hospital, so our numbers are down. We did change a protocol on EMS, given everything with the COVID, and they expanded the symptoms for COVID. It's now just our practice that they suit up and mask up for every run. So they're still asking the questions and all that, but with our call numbers being down, our burn rate for PPE isn't that high. So they're just suiting up for every call. That way we're protected. If that patient ends up being tested or whatever, we don't have to put people on leave. So.
Well, and that follows along with the guidelines that are already in place.
Right. And then I'll let Jill kind of go over the, oh, sorry. For March, we did have $31,840 in net revenue. So. And then Jill's got some grant stuff to go over.
I do. The craft grant that we had applied for the monitor, we were accepted for getting the funds for that. And so that is the acceptance letter that we got from the state. So there was kind of some discussion when they did award these, that because of the times and what is going on, that they weren't quite sure if they were going to award those or not, but they did, and we were one of the 19, I think, that did get that. So we have that.
There are matching funds with that grant that was approved.
That's that Zoll you showed me the other day?
No, we haven't got that one. The Zoll that we were looking at in 11A is the one that we had purchased before the end of the year. And that was the one to replace the old Zoll that is going out with the FDA. So.
Okay.
But this will pay for another one that we have to replace because of the same issue.
Because it was dated. I mean, it's no longer.
But they did put at the bottom of that letter, if you have changed your mind or would like to, I guess not follow through with that. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys were all on board with proceeding with that.
And it looks like about a 50% grant.
Trying to think.
It's a
how
piece
that
of equipment that we're going to have to buy regardless.
Yes, yes.
So it's just, this is helping pay for it. So.
I think the state paid $20,000 of it. I think that was their limit for monitors, and so.
So we talked about going for this grant, didn't we, already? So,
Yeah, it's all approved.
Yeah.
She's just
It's
looking for
approved.
it. And now we'll have to go ahead and order and all that. So.
Right, because basically what it boils
Good
down to
deal.
is this is 30,000.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
A blanket permission.
Yes. Another thing was that I was just going to see if you guys would be okay with granting us kind of a blanket permission to look into grants that have no matching funds or anything that we have to add to it. There are a lot of them out there right now trying to help, EMS services and other things too to keep things
Oh,
going.
absolutely. We
yeah, I just wanted to make-
definitely want you going that way.
Absolutely.
Well, the reason I had her ask was just because of our employee handbook, we're supposed to seek permission
Sure.
before writing grants.
Sure.
But what we're running into, some of these grants come out, and the timelines are really short to get it all done. We don't always have the time for meetings,
Well,
so.
as long as you can justify it at a later time,
Sure.
I see no problem with that.
And I think a lot of things that I have seen for grants, they're trying to help people, get supplies and stuff like that, which are already hard to come by. But, when this first started in January, Grant and I were very proactive in getting things ordered for the EMS, and we're doing very well for what we have. So,
Good.
Well,
There's nothing like preparation and planning.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, you have done a good job on that.
Thank you. Thank you, because really, I think if we would have waited any longer, we would have been in the same position that a lot of others are.
So the other thing, we need about 30 minutes of executive session for non-elected personnel.
Did you say 30? 30?
Motion for 30 minutes. Grant.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
But I need 2, 5, 4.
It
Something.
needs 32 minutes.
Takes me, depends on how long it takes me to get down the stairs.
Well, I think I'm gonna go along
Who
too
motioned
because
that?
I
What
just,
are you going to say?
I mean, we'll start.